here. Let's see if this works. No, this doesn't work. Okay. So I'm Inbal. Nice to meet you. I'm heading the machine learning team at Pendo. And let me tell you a little story. So a few years back, I was at this conference giving a talk, well, about machine learning. I know, surprising. And after I gave this talk, this person came to me and said, do you think that one day machine learning will replace humans? And I said, like, really, I think in some cases it might, and it probably will, even in complex tasks like driving, right? But the way I see machine learning is actually by helping us as humans process a lot of data and take actionable decisions. So actually what we are looking at is how to create better tools with machine learning to make better decisions faster. And when I joined Pendo, this was the line that led me. Okay, so what we are doing and the projects that we are looking at are doing exactly that. And our topic for today is really about how we are doing it for Pendo Feedback. So we have identified some customer pain around Pendo Feedback. And I would like Mary to tell you about it. So Mary Lyon is the director of feedback product at Filevine, our design partner. And please, thank you very much, Mary, for being here.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys, thumbs up. You can still hear me, right? Okay, great. So as Inbal said, I'm the director of product feedback for my company, Filevine. And I came into this role after being in a very noisy role as director of customer success. I was the advocate for the customer's voice, and I was a noisy advocate. And our product team recognized my passion for wanting the product to reflect all of the needs our customers had, our users had in the software, since it was the daily operating system that most of them worked out of. And so they scooped me up, and I came in, and the first task was, okay, as a director of product feedback, design the feedback loop for our company, which those of you who have done that, I saw a few laughs, so I know you've done the same thing. It's a daunting task, it really is. But it's how I found product feedback, or the feedback product at Pendo. It ticked all the boxes for me of what I was looking for in terms of ease of use. It worked into our workflow well. And so we set it up, we launched it a little over a year ago. And instead of the gentle, soothing sounds of feedback trickling in from our users, it was more like drinking from a fire hose. So we had everyone from the VP to all the directors and all of the product owners, obviously, inside Pendo Feedback, constantly triaging, trying to merge duplicates, respond to things, make sure we were getting actual traction with our feedback cycles, running all of our reports. And it was so time-consuming. But that was what we were really trying to do. We wanted to understand the patterns that our customers were voicing, their pain points, the jobs they were trying to accomplish, and why they were trying to do those jobs in our software. And that was just too hard to find in the feedback. There was so much of it. So machine learning has been able to help reduce the amount of man hours it takes to triage the feedback from our customers. Before I show you our feedback, I guess our triage center in our machine learning tool, I want to show you my product, the Filevine application, just to give you context for the feedback we're going to look at. So if we can take a look at the first image. In Filevine, most of our users come into a screen like this, where our tool services mostly legal teams. So legal teams at different software companies, but also law firms, but many, many different types of users come into our system, and it's fully customized to their needs. So they have a different phase, they can customize workflows, they can customize sections, they can communicate inside of a project and attach all of the documents. They can put specific fields they need so they can track information around a project, maybe deadlines, and they can have task flows based on those deadlines as well. And they can also store all of their contacts information, which is really key for a law firm who's trying to communicate with their client, let them know what's coming up with your court date, what should you know, what should you be doing for these things. So managing contacts in the system is really key. And then as well, hopefully most of you don't have a lot of legal experience, but one of the other key pieces of the system is documents. The amount of documents that go into any sort of legal proceedings is immense. And so being able to use documents, store them, collaborate on them, generate them, all of those things within the system was really important. So these are some of the key areas. We expected to see some things in our feedback trends, obviously. So let's take a look at what actually showed up. And I'll give you some context of what we then did with the feedback that the machine learning tool was able to help us decipher. So you can see Inbal didn't let me clean this up. The number on there was 1,915 open requests that need some attention. So if you come into this page, we can select the Filevine application, and suddenly, instead of spending maybe a couple work weeks deciphering the patterns and trends we were seeing in those open request items that needed some more triage, we suddenly had all of the patterns identified for us, which was huge. We could, instead of spending our precious time reading and trying to match things up, merging duplicates, trying to find those patterns, we had the patterns identified, and our product owners then were able to take them back to their software development teams and plan their roadmap and actually take action on the items coming in. So you'll see some familiar items. Project section, those are the customizable areas, documents, reports, tasks. Documents is actually an interesting one here. So documents, we wanted 2021 to be the year of documents for our software because everyone is going digital. And you can see on this graph here, we released about 26, 27 major updates to our documents functionality in 2021. After each release, we were able to identify additional subtopics in the feedback we were getting from our customers. And we could plot it back to exactly when did that feedback start coming in and what were the patterns in the types of feedback and the pain points they were experiencing at that point in time. So that actually sped up our iteration process for our product owners working on the document section. Another great area to look at is contacts. At the beginning of 2021, we had a major update for how we managed contacts in our software. And you can actually scroll down here. We'll see there's 196 items for contacts. As we started looking at these pieces of feedback, there are a couple trends. We found a lot of duplicates that we were able to more easily merge because people phrase things differently, but their underlying pain point was the same. And so it was so much easier to see that in this type of a screen. So we were able to pinpoint those items a little easier, but we discovered we were missing a product area because of this triaging on this screen. When we changed the way we managed contacts, we added an address book functionality. At least that's what we were calling it, but that wasn't one of our product areas, even though it should have been on here. So our product owner, to be able to make it easy for him to plan his roadmap around that new feature, be able to triage specific items for that particular product area, we actually created that product area, and now we can bulk assign some of the items. So you can see Inbal picked some of my address book items that were in here, and we can literally just bulk assign it, move it to the right product area, get it in there. Our product owner can now actually start working on these items. So that is just amazing to be able to bulk edit in this screen as we're triaging. I'm sure many of you have wished for a similar thing. Overall, this tool has really reduced the number of man hours that our team is having to spend on feedback. And we're now able to almost immediately, when we find these topics, start our user research, our problem validation, and begin road mapping these items from the moment they enter the system. So machine learning has actually sped up that feedback process into real live releases for our customers, which makes us extremely happy and obviously makes them extremely happy as well.
So much, Mary. It's amazing. It has been amazing collaboration, and we're still on it. So this was machine learning in action. And of course, you see the set of topics that are very specific to the Filevine app, and you will see the topics that are specific to your app. And the way that machine learning works is actually, it looks at the text of the feedback requests and groups together similar requests. And so that the topic really emerge from the requests and are not predefined by our way of perceiving the world or our app. So this is like interesting. And the whole idea here is really to allow us to make better decisions faster. And I would like to take this opportunity to thank all of our design partners that really help us create this solution, and we are working on it. And I encourage you, if you'd like, to come up to the feedback booth and sign up as a design partner for feedback or for other future machine learning endeavors. Another thing you can do is to interact with us. If you scan this, you'll go to a thread where you can engage with our team, and I would really love to hear from you. Thank you very, very much, and have a good one.
Thanks, everyone.